how teams are going to play that, predict what they're going to do, and then use that information against them.
Mhm.
Then the last part is you want to get that early KP, okay? Early
Mhm.
KP is absolutely crucial because, as I said to you before, the formula, right? Early KP equals like, rotation that you can get, right? And then that rotation is going to lead you towards the end game, right?
Oh,
But the
excuse
whole
me.
point of like going from one step to the next is
Mhm.
during the rotation, you're still looking for fights, okay? You're looking for 3v3s that are isolated, or you're looking for third parties that you know you can confidently take and wipe quickly. All right? If you can't find those fights or they're just not worth it, pull out like you've done before, right? Remember that fight like you were in the middle of the ocean and you were by the rocks and we were kind of over here in this area sort of and you pulled out?
Mhm.
That was a good pull out from that fight. That was what you needed to do. So, because it just wasn't worth, right? They were going to like waste so much time and you were just going to get third partied, right? And you're out in the open. So, if you're gonna fight, fight. Predict what other teams do. Scout around for what other teams are gonna take and what positions you could take. Get that early KP. In regards to your team, right? Command your team, right? If they're doing something like looting forever, or they're landing somewhere where there's no early KP that's quick, right? Get them to get that early KP, right? Go where
Mhm.
other teams were, right? You know where people, you can potentially third party are, right? You're looking in the sky.
Yep.
Command your team in situations where you need them to play a certain spot potentially, or where you might need their abilities in a certain situation, right? I alt, you alt, right? That was a really good scenario of what could work, right? And then lastly, if I were to give you a tip, your spacing, right? So spacing goes in two ways. The first way is if you're gonna hold a position, you need to hold multiple angles in that position. Don't let somebody walk up to you for free, okay? People think that they can bully you and then they can shoot you and they damage you and they do, and then they walk right up to you and then they try to just basically kill you. But if you had stopped them from doing that in the first place, they wouldn't be so confident to push you. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you get aggressed on, show that aggression back. Like, be like a honey badger, right? Like a honey badger versus like a lion, right? Literally, like a honey badger is like the smallest little creature, okay? And it just like sounds like a chainsaw. Like literally, like I can show you videos of it. The whole point is honey badger, even against a lion, like it goes for the testicles. That's what it does. And the lion's scared of the honey badger, and it's this little small ass animal, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
But that aggression, you have to show it back, otherwise they're gonna bully you. That also requires you to spread out and take angles so they know that you're there and they're not going to just be allowed to walk up for free. The other thing with spacing in terms of your teammates, right? Like when you're in the middle of a fight, remember how that Bloodhound earlier was very separated from you, right? And how you were like, okay, I gotta get over there because I told you to get over there. Like, get over there, right? Bridge that gap, right? Don't let them essentially push him for free. If you let them push him for free, you're giving your Cossack a disadvantage because you're not even there yet, right? So
Yep.
that's sort of the thing. Don't allow your teammates to just get separated and fought on like that. There are times where you're gonna have to, right? There's just times where they're totally in a bad position, isn't worth. They're gonna get, swapped on and murdered, and it doesn't matter, right? Those situations, pull out, command your team, right? But in a situation like that, try to bridge the gap. Make sure you deal some damage so that way it's not so much on him. You know what I'm saying? So those are kind of the points, right? If you're gonna fight, fight. Predict where other teams go. Scout. Get that early KP. Command your team. IGL. Talk to them, right? Tell them what your plan is, what you want to do, why you want to do it, right? If they ignore you, whatever, right? Try to play what you think is best in the scenario. Space out with your team. Hold angles, right? Don't let people push up on you and bully you for free. Got it?
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Let's see. Does chat have anything for you? Hey, Stacko. Okay, let me see here. Psycho, what do you think mouse acceleration? Well, I'll answer that second question. Is there anything else we could give him for now, Chad? I'll read up on your stuff in a second. Anything that you would give him advice? I know Rue had mentioned something about grenades. Mm-hmm. Supa says practice Horizon. So Supa is actually a mentor in the server. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but he's like Horizon main like all day long. Like that's his like life and joy. So he's definitely somebody you should talk to. Let me see something here. Rue added a micro thing in here. I'm gonna look at it. Small tidbit from a micro adjustment. When you alt, throw the arc star before the thermite. Okay. Yep. So that makes sense. So basically, if you're throwing, that's a little micro thing he's giving you advice on. It's really good. So arc stars are like your best friend on Horizon. Like absolutely, like if I play Horizon, I just carry a bunch of arc stars all the time. But thermites are very slow to be thrown given the animation. So his advice to you is basically throw your arc star first because you're gonna get a quicker animation. Then you can throw your thermite, and it's gonna be a much
Mhm.
better timing for you. Is what he's basically saying.
Mhm.
But otherwise, you're doing a really good job. Honestly, you've come very far in that regard. Keep working on your fundamentals in regards to like using cover and stuff like that, because there were times like you're overextended, right? Or you're looking over something and you're not using the head glitch or anything like that properly, right? My advice with that, play a lot of pubs, record while you play pubs, and look at those angles. What angles could you have taken, right? What fights should you win in a like a one-on-one situation, right? And then you're
I mean,
practicing and you're
I
thinking
play
about
a
that,
lot of
right?
Winter Express. Is that's
I mean, yeah, Winter Express isn't the worst thing for that. I would say like normal pubs is better, or arenas. Arenas is really good for that, if you know my opinion. Little lack of
Mhm.
resources, right? All it is a bunch of fighting at angles, right?
Mhm.
So that wouldn't be a bad idea to try either. When I'm gonna screenshot this real quick, and then I'm gonna make your report card, and
Okay.
we'll do that for you. But besides
Yep.
that, is there any questions, concerns, things before we wrap her up?
No, all good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that we got to sit down and kind of help you a little bit today. Hopefully, you found
Yep.
chat suggestions a little helpful as well. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will
Definitely.
set that report code up now so that way we don't have to deal with it later and you'll have it, you'll get to practice. If you need anything, DM me, of course, and I would recommend talk with Supa um, in our Discord.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Alrighty. Well, cheers, Cyril. Have a good day.
Yeah. You too. Goodbye.
Alrighty, chat. Ah, go totem indeed. Okay, guys, now I can kind of answer. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Stacko. Dying. Let's see. Forgot pretty much. I guess his commands aren't activated right now. Yeah, the stream element isn't working correctly. I think because there might be another bot overriding it. But yeah, altered pro guides. Mhm. Bit expensive, but worth it. Absolutely. I mean, you know, crumbs and stuff. You know, my meeting with Tycho was before pro guides time. Yes, it was, Mr. Rag. Practice on Horizon is definitely the best advice you could get. 30 minutes in aim labs. He uses Kovacs right now. But honestly, even with the Kovacs right now, it's sometimes he's just not committing to the fight that I want him to. Yes, Ryu's actually a coach for Pro Guides as well. He worked with me on the Imperial Howl bootcamp project when we were making the curriculum for that. He was also a writer for the YouTube videos for a time. uh, let's see here. Ask Rue for his good job asking Rue for his advice. Honestly, a really good Gibby person to ask. Q like Wraith Q. Let's get out of jail free card. Oh shit button. Instant bat reposition. Oh, absolutely. I'd say that that's good for him. Like in terms of he needs to like scout with that thing though. Importantly, most of all, honestly. Instant hit bat reposition. Poggers review. Thanks. Um, in higher lobbies and general rule for yourself and any coach. I don't play him solo queuing. His abilities are truly maximize and not timing, but team utilization. Absolutely team thing for Gibby. I agree with that. I'm gonna let's see here. Is my Apex still open? Should be. Okay, yeah it is. All right. I'm gonna bring you guys over here so I can read you. Look in my face. Oh, the G Pro. Holy shit, we gotta unpack that. So teammate utilization. Make sure you at least duo and be aware of bubbling. Absolutely, early bubble. Are you available to coach? To chat about coaching? Yeah, I could chat about coaching. 100%. Absolutely. Um, Pog, I should get more into a coaching environment. I know that well-known coaches, but I think there's some who work more behind the scenes also for big teams. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot that work behind the scenes for big teams. Sorry, I'm dying here. But the thing is, I would say about coaches in Apex is they're very underrated. Um, Usually never paid, very underrated. Uh, you know, Apex scene is a bunch of 20 some odd year olds like me and like us, right? And they're a bunch of gamers and they don't have the same work ethic and stuff. So You can contact me on Discord. I'll throw it in here. Here you go. But like overall, like that's sort of the thing about Apex coaching Stacko. It's kind of like nuts. It's like there's just they don't get enough credit or they just don't exist. People don't believe coaches, right? Like I know teams that I know teams that like I've talked to before that I've wanted to coach for before, right? Like, hey, let's try, let's do something, right? And they're like, we don't believe in coaching. And then like right now, like two of those teams that I can think of are relegated. They're not even gonna be in playoffs, right? Kind of funny how the world evolves. There's actually a chart on how they were doing in terms of kills. I'll show it to you. Um, Let me see here. Let me. Did you friend me on Discord? If you friend me on Discord, I'll just add you and we can kind of chat with you a lot. Um, yeah, just friend request me and I'll like shoot you my server or whatever. But like overall, like when it comes down to Apex coaches, there's not a lot of them. There's analysts and there's coaches, right? There's two differences with that. But again, like I could think of teams that just get relegated. How much do I ask for coaching? The current rate on ProGrads that I have is 50 5,000 PG points, which is $50 currently. And again, we basically do like 2 hour session essentially, and we go over stuff like this. We go over anything you want essentially. Let's see here. Are you going to be Steam coaching from now on? Sorry, do you mean team coaching from now on, Green Mushroom? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Happy to chat with you about anything concerning environment. Yeah, Rue is also a really good coach. We can definitely like chat with him on together as well. Um, Broski, I need your sprinkle magic. Uh, Happy to help you. Absolutely. Yeah, like honestly, Rag, like Rue would definitely be a good influence here. I think you overthink that you're not that good though, because you're fucking cracked on your mind. Streaming coach MB. For real, for real. All right, I'm gonna write down these notes for him real quick. So give me just a second, guys. I'll put you over here. My notes here. Do do do. Is audio and everything okay, guys? Again, I know I'm sick, so I sound probably fucking terrible. But you know, I try to do the best I could with just setting this up. Even the mic that I have right now, like I literally like I went out and I bought another one of these. All right, I had one before. I had one before. But it gave me a lot of static. And I got this new one, and it's still the same deal. So I think it's a sound card issue. That's why we're using this. So that kind of sucks. So I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm gonna get a Go XLR at some point. You know, Imperial Hall hasn't paid me yet, so we're gonna have to figure that one out. Um, when we do, yeah, once we're kind of good with that, we can oh Jesus Christ, we can start to do a little better. I got tissues here. I'm just gonna just give me a second, guys. So sorry, I have no idea what I'm dying of. I'm just dying. Uh, Let me write down these notes. Okay. Over strafe. Try to scout more and figure out where teams are / coming from. Try to predict off of that scouting what you think a team will do and use that information against them. Try to be commanding of your team when it comes down to rotations, fights, etc. Try to focus legends with your team using comms and tell your team if you deal damage. And then lastly, try to space out cover with your team and make sure I'll let you guys see my notes about that. And make sure um, you are. So you cover your team and make sure you are not getting bullied. Progress towards goal. He's in diamond right now. And he's probably gonna end up getting dropped down because he's probably gonna have to like, and he's got exams and stuff like that. So I have to do it off of his rank a little bit. D4 right now. Just need to focus on the suggestions I left here in your report card. I would have used the habit journal, but I don't feel like using that right now. I'll show you what that guy's look like. I'm gonna show you what that looks like to you guys. Bro, you did great. Okay, so that'll end that. Turn to this. Okay, I want to kind of just have conversations and chill for now, so I'm gonna turn that off. Um, so let me see here. I'm gonna disable this preview so I can look at the chat. Okay. Let's see. All right, streaming the coaching. Um, oh, streaming coaching. Yeah, I'll probably continue to be streaming the coaching. Mushroom. Because like again, it's yeah, again we can make YouTube videos out of this too, right? You know, stuff like that. You know, I want to give like back, and I want to just like like at the end of the day, like if someone wants personalized coaching from me, or they want me to tell them something specific, or they want to ask me specific questions, I think that that's my time, right? So I think that should be valued. But at the end of the day, like I don't mind like releasing free content. Anybody can review this type of stuff, like you know what I mean? Like it, I'm not like like give me all your money, right? That's not how that works. That's not how you grow brand, right? Um, Endless is a little bit meh to me nowadays in the state of the game. I'm super ignorant, so it might be wrong, but more of a game changer. Yeah, honestly, I call it Sea Lion. Nigerian Sea Lion is what he's called. Very cracked analyst. I think that like I have to do a part of like analysis and what I do. Like I'm part analysis, part coach, right? Some people are like one or the other, right? Where they just like mental and then they do like analytical, but I have the skills of both. And in order to make it an Apex as a coach, you need to be a jack of all trades. You can't be like in League of Legends where you have a performance coach, a head coach, and then a high performance coach, right? High performance coaching is all mental, performance coaching is physical, and then like analytical, like head coaching is like analytical stuff, right? So actual esport teams out there have multiple coaches for multiple things. But Apex is so small and it's in its infancy, you have to be a jack of all trades. And mostly teams are looking for like analytics. They don't really care about what's in their head because they don't know how much that matters for the most part. So that's actually how the scene works, Stacko, if you were curious. Um, all good, much better camera positioning. Okay, good to know. If I want to get coaching, how do I do it? You just go to Pro Guides here, and I'm on there. Quick question. I used to main Lifeline solo. I made a Diamond 3 solo. Which legends would you focus on currently trying out Ashe? Ashe isn't a bad legend. I would currently focus on Valkyrie, Wraith, and Gibby would be my focus. If you're solo queuing, I would go for more of like the Valkyrie Wraith sort of scenario. Ashe is really good, but when it comes down to getting your team back and forth and stuff like that, there's just nothing that compares to a Wraith. It's like comparing mechanical engineering and civil engineering, both important fields. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Yeah, can't figure out what the analytic does in BR. That's why. Yeah, it's very like, how do you think about it? It's like, what's the loot path of this map? How much loot is in this place? What teams are going to be rotating this particular way, and how can we use this against them, right, in a tournament environment? Um, maybe a player is carrying certain guns, right? But they need to carry different guns because they're better for how they position themselves or what their aim is like or something like that. Like you're literally applying like minimum. You're looking at the minimum, the bare minimum of things, and you're maximizing them so the player can do well. It's called min-maxing, is what we call that. You've probably heard of the term before. Getting a new mouse today hopefully it helps with the aim. We're unpacking this bad boy today. I struggle finding people to play with, and then I struggle to get them to do what is beneficial to get consistent RP. As I've told you before, it just comes down to understanding how you have to play the situation and also like adult explaining, right? Like, adults has to explain everything to a kid. A kid's always gonna ask a million questions. Think of it like when they're saying like, no, we're not gonna do that. Be like, I understand you don't want to do that, and this is probably why you don't want to do that, but this is why we should do this, right? Having the conversation. They're human, right? Just like you. I would say so far he's pretty good on what he means by that's an analyst. Finding people to play with is rough rag, absolute. We are coaches. We help players directly or analysts sometimes, and not directly help coaches get information. Absolutely true. I see. Lots of work there. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of work. um, yeah, no problem, guys. No problem. No problem, Brewer. Um, warning though, some people just suck. Yeah, they do. That tends to be the case. All right, guys. Do you want to unpack this super light? See how it pops off? I'm kind of interested. All right, we'll pop off on it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna change the stream title. We might not be able to use it to the proficient degree where I want to use it, but because the desk is still very wobbly, but we work with what we got. Alright, I should be changed now. Alright, guys, ready? Here we go. Alright, do I have a key somewhere? Do I have something to... I didn't come prepared. Oh, no. Got one of these, though. Alright, here we go. I'll put you guys here. How about that? I'll look at you how we do that. So, the reason why I got a super light, excuse me for a second, still dying. The reason why I got a super light is because when you look at this, where is it? So this is a guy that Rue recommended to me. His name is Rocket Jump Ninja, and so he literally reviews mice. Like, this is what this dude does, and he gives you the weight, he gives you the pros, he gives you the cons, everything like that. The final mouses are not out right now to buy. But I didn't care anyways for the final mouse after I looked at some of the issues with it because of how it, like the clicking and the magnesium and the plastic underneath it, and so I just didn't like it. I saw Maz and Johan and everybody using the super light, and I was just like, all right, it's just time that we get a super light because the haste is really good, but and it's lighter, right? Technically, the HyperX is lighter, like 1 gram lighter than this, okay? But the thing is about the super light is it's really good for any type of grip. This is very fingertippy. The haste very fingertippy, versus like kind of the other mouses, right? So I wanted something more that would fit into my hand better. If you don't like it, buy it from you, Lamau. Um, yeah, like I'm giving that back to you. That's going right back in the box, going right back for my full money back. You know what I'm saying? So holy shit. Okay, this already feels kind of weird in my hand. I'm not sure how I feel about this already, but here it is. G Pro Super Light. It feels very plastic. That's what it feels like to me. But I think that's a good thing. I'll probably need to put the tape on it. Uh, nice mic box, by the way. Yeah, I know. Friggin' doesn't even work. Doesn't even work how it needs to. Right? Kind of great. All right, this probably has to have some like tape, like some of that like tape stuff into it. I need that because otherwise I can't grip the damn thing. Are the buttons small? Um, I mean, so you can look at my finger, right? Pretty, pretty good. I would say it's okay. Tape? Yeah, and it's not really tape, but it's like grip. It's like grip tape. Probably, I think there should be some in this box. If I can open it. Okay, here we go. Got the USB joint. That's a very thick USB. That's a thick boy. Oh no, not really. This is like an adapter for it, type deal. So like the USB is actually really small. USB is like that big. That's so small. Let me see. What else we got? I mean, get that grip tape, baby. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we got a cord. We want to go cord on them. Not happening. Yeah. Pay this much for a mouse. I mean, cord. Yikes. All right. Let's see. And I think that's it. I hope that there's some tape in that because this is very plastic feel. I'm not that much of a fan of it. I think there's some tape in this though. Hoping it's not just a wire. Hope it's just like tape, wire, stuff. Yeah, the grip tape's in here. Yep. Grip is what I'm assuming you mean? Yeah, grip tape. It's lighter and previous versions coming in at 60 grams. Yes, 60 grams indeed. All right, and we could technically remove the base plate if we wanted to, but it doesn't really add anything. It doesn't even make it any, whatever. But I'm just gonna keep it on there. But you can remove the base plate off. Really nice. All right, there's actually another one in there too, another like solid one on the base plate in here. So let's see what the grip tape looks like. Because definitely, like, I swear to God, this feels so plastic in my hands. I can't. I can't. If I don't have grip tape on this thing, I'm gonna lose my shit. Um. All right. Another grip plate or underplate. Well, bad boy, big sticker right here. Big sticker. What do we put the big sticker on, guys? That's the real question. Let me see here. Okay. So the grip tape. It's like a microfiber cloth. It's just made to protect the whatever. Okay. So this is what the grip tape looks like so far. Let's see how that goes. So I know part of it is for like the actual like front end of the mouse. So I will be applying that. I will apply the front end of the mouse. Let's see here. Let me bamboozle this on here somehow without making it super creasy. Okay. Yeah, it actually feels a lot better already. Okay, let's put this one on here. New mouse feet, definitely a common purchase. Yeah, skates, definitely a common purchase. By new mouse feet, I think PvPX was talking about clay skates specifically, and I do have those on. I think the HyperX Haste has clay skates. Let's see here. I'll show you this in a second. It's a little creasy, but it works. It's kind of very good because of the way that it is. So you kind of need to be able to grip onto it. That's kind of the point. And we won't have any double clicking issues because this is a super light. I feel like I aim weird with the mouse I choose to use. I mean, might be time to try something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say to that. I would say it's always good to try things, right? It's never like the worst idea to give something a brand new try or whatever you want to kind of call that. New joint. Okay, this is actually so hard to apply right now because it's so sticky. It like sticks to your like entire hand, bro. It's kind of nuts. Is it supposed to go in the reverse way? Is that why it's that way? No, it should go this way. Instructions be like, listen, instructions don't exist, man. I don't know what these are, okay? We're gamers out here and shit. When you're a gamer, you don't need instructions. You are the instructions. We're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right. It's on one side. Grip tape on one side. You can barely see it. It's actually really, really dark, but you kind of see it there. Little edge on this side right here. I have two buttons on the left side. Two buttons. Hand cramping is a sign of size issue. Less weight. Yeah, absolutely less weight. Absolutely less weight. Alright, let's see here. Light be like non-existent. I can kind of like do this whatever way I want, sort of. Kind of need to put it this way though. I mean, yeah, I mean, so it definitely feels a lot better with these on it, the grips. A lot more solid, a lot more smooth. It is very, very big though, like from my hand, I guess, like on the back of it. But I think it's gonna be a good thing because I'm losing grip on the back of the other one. So, all right, we're gonna shove these back in a box. Where you guys want to test this? Should we test this? Should we test this on my terrible desk that is not made for M&K right now? Test, please. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna go very, very shit. Okay. That I can promise you. Okay. And take those numbers to the site I showed you. Absolute. Okay. Let me throw this on top of that. We're gamers. I don't do any of this shit out here. Alright, I have to plug this in, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go land down under, enjoy my Mavix chair, my M9 with massage activation into it. No cappers. They thought I was lying. Okay. Da 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 da. Let's see here. It has to go directly in. It can't be like a hover anywhere. It has to go directly into the motherboard. It can't like be in like a hub or something like that. It's gotta be direct. Otherwise, it's probably gonna be very bad. So, I have mouse acceleration off already. So, we're looking good there. Okay. HyperX haste, bye bye. Okay. So, let's see here. Do I get any results out of this yet? No. No, we do not. Let me see something. We might need like the firmware. I might have to like grab this for now and grab that firmware. No, I'm just an idiot. It's not on. That's where I went wrong, if you must know. But we don't talk about that, okay? We don't need firmware. We just need to turn the fucking mouse on. Um, so with regards to DPI and stuff, hmm I was looking for like, I was looking to get that keyboard and mouse and thing, but I was like, no, I just want the fucking G Pro. Everything here is HyperX. Literally everything I have is HyperX, besides the webcam. This is like Logitech HyperX. That's literally it. G Hub? Yes, Sirski. Why is my pen still out here? Get out of here. Alright, I'm gonna move. Share screen, show screenshot for the fans. Absolutely. Alright. Alright, here we go. Ready? I gotta bring you guys over here, sorry. That on it, this shit looks magical. All right, like this is like I feel like I'm going to the fucking aquarium. Like what is this shit, man? Like what? Oh my god, I feel like I'm in the friggin' aquarium, bro. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a friggin' aquarium. It does. It really does. It needs to like go. Like the HyperX stuff, just garbage, bro. Like it's literally it's still in beta. How are you still in beta? No, no, I would not like that. I'm okay with this. Yes. Okay. Superlight firmware update. Install that bad boy. Must be connected with the supplied USB cable. God damn. Oh, it's over here. You got to be super special, don't you? It needs to be that special where it has to connect to. It has to be connected to something, of course. Come on, Logitech. But I will say, software looking pretty good. We're getting there. I'm gonna unplug something like super quick in front of the thing here because I don't want to like have to go back all the way down there and start plugging in shit. Just would feel kind of weird.